Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Life as a Dance. Today we're talking about Dancing with the Stars, specifically the finale. As you know, I'm Taras with my co-host Wendy.
Hi everyone, and we are going to talk about fans versus pros.
That's right, same show, same finale, but two different ways of looking at it.
And that's why Robert Irwin winning has people talking, kind of debating about it.
Okay, first, everybody in that season finale was insanely talented, and all the performances across the board were outstanding.
And yes, from a dance standpoint, this was a really strong finale. There was technique, there was showmanship, there was improvement week to week, and I think some likability from fans.
Not a single one of those pros carried any of these contestants through that finale.
Which is why I think oftentimes with this show, it doesn't always necessarily come down to the winner was the best performer. Now, sidebar, I'm not saying that isn't the case this time, but I think that's where the debate is.
So let's start from the fans' perspective.
And that might be all of you. And fans often vote based on how does this person make me feel?
And not necessarily look at foot technique, timing, dance position, the finer points of what this art as well as sport entail.
They're often asking themselves, do I like this person? Am I rooting for this person? Do I follow them on social media? Do I like who they think they are? So those are all the factors that I think are coming into play.
Totally. And I think the world fell in love with Robert Irwin.
Oh my gosh, how could they not? Robert was genuine, always excited to be there. And I think the big thing about Robert, he wasn't just about himself. He was always so gracious about the show, the other contestants, and of course, most importantly, Whitney as his teacher. You could just see the relationship that they cultivated over the entire show. And then, of course, his family.
So I think it's safe to say that by the finale, the fans weren't voting based on the routine only. They were definitely voting on his likability.
Mm-hmm. They were definitely voting for Robert. And that's not to say as a person, because I believe he was as talented and amazing week to week with his performances. But I think a lot of people were voting for him because he's just an incredible human being.
All right, now we're going to look at it from our perspective, a professional perspective. These are going to be the things that we look out for.
Sidebar, I do I do look at the things in respect to how someone makes me feel, the story, but as a pro, we're looking at technique, we're looking at control, balance, the details.
Things like posture, timing, dance position, all the nuanced actions that really enhance someone's performance.
And through that lens, you could make some arguments in respect to, the multiple finalists and who made it and who didn't.
And as pros, this is sometimes where we struggle with the actual results because not always the most technical dancer or the strongest dancer wins these competitions.
Now, again, we're not speaking specifics on Robert in respect to whether he won based on one or the other, but we're just talking about in respect to a pro's perception of what they're looking at. It was close.
And this is where sometimes fans get in conflict or maybe don't agree with how pros see it, specifically not just us, but the judges.
Mm-hmm. They collide. And I think fans are going to be mostly on he or she made me feel something.
And of course, when it comes to dancing, we always want to feel something. But was he still the best dancer?
And the truth is, with Dancing with the Stars, these contestants need both. They need to have the feels, but they also need to have the difficulty and the technique because each year it just gets harder and leveling up.
And we're here to tell you that Robert Irwin did have the technique as well as
the likability. Everybody loved him.
So this season was definitely filled with drama, excitement, and some outrage, specifically when Mark and Whitney got eliminated, because some people feel like they were the best dancers. But how do you feel? Do you agree? Was Robert the actual best dancer? Did he move you? Did he make you feel something? Let us know in the comments.
Okay, so in the comments, we are looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are and who you voted for, if you agree. But also, we want to know if anyone out there is watching Stranger Things. So as we kind of close things up here, if you're new to our YouTube channel here, or if you're brand new to dancing, or if you're just kind of watching and you're like, I've never danced and wondered what that's all about, definitely check out our live stream, because it's a little bit more relatable than probably Dancing with the Stars. And if there's an Arthur Murray locally in your area, reach out to them and take the best step you'll ever take in your life and book your first lesson today.
Until then, don't forget, help us out by clicking like and be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with our latest content. You'll get notified that if we're live streaming or we have a gear review or just any news and updates. Until next time, we'll see you on the dance floor.